Hello and welcome to the How to Choose Happiness and Freedom Show. I'm your host, Lauren Foster, happiness teacher and founder of Be Happy First. As a certified life mastery consultant, masters of wisdom and meditation teacher, and primal health coach, I'm on a mission to help 1 million women learn to be happy and free on purpose. Healthy, wealthy, and joyfully living life on your own terms. Happiness is a choice, and you can always choose to be happy first. Thanks so much for being here. Now on to today's episode. Hey there, and welcome. Thanks so much for being here with me for episode number 56. We are just rolling right along. Plus, we have some older episodes from 2019. So if you go to behappyfirst.org/show, you can see all the links to all of the different episodes. Good morning, Tammy. I'm glad that you get to be you. All right, so housekeeping. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, you can just look below. Actually, anywhere. If you're listening to a podcast, you can look in the comments and find all the links to all the things that I'm talking about today. And you can also go to behappyfirst.org/56. And I'm going to ask for your input today. So if you're not comfortable answering in the comments, send me an email because I really want to know. I sent this email out to my list this morning and have gotten some responses back regarding this. But I want to have a retreat in October on the super new moon on October 16th. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some fun new rituals and ways of aligning, like lining up with the moon cycles and gathering crystals that go with those cycles and creating rituals around the phases of the moon, which I'm playing with and having so much fun with. I forgot to bring out my water bottles that I wanted to show you today, but we're going to talk about magic water bottles and we're going to talk about numerology. And so just catching you up on all of the things that I've been playing around with and experimenting with in the last few weeks since I've been having guests on the show and focusing on their message. So what about a retreat? So I've shared in the comments the COVID-19 statistics for Unicoi County, where I live and where I want to host this retreat. And I've also shared the link to the resort, which is a rafting company that has little cabins and things like this. So answer me a yes or a no, or even a longer explanation if you want. Would you consider, assuming that all the money is lined up, assuming that all the time is lined up, assuming that you like all the things that are going to be happening at this retreat, would you do it? Would you consider doing it? So let me know before I take further steps in planning this, because I really feel like there's 20 or 30 women out there that would be willing to come and get away from the concrete jungles in this beautiful, safe, natural environment. So the retreat would look like starting on a Thursday and going through either a Sunday or Monday. And every morning we would have a sunrise meditation around 7:20, 7:30. Followed by breakfast, a nice, lovely primal breakfast. So we're going to be learning about meditating, about visioning, about journaling, and about primal lifestyle. So activity, and Tammy would come because, yeah, she has traveled all the way across the country. So coming to East Tennessee would be not a big deal for her at all. And so just being together outside around a campfire, doing all of our meditations, our yoga, our qigong, whatever types of things that we do, they would all be outside. And the lodging at this place is in little cabins. So you wouldn't even have to be lodging in a hotel type of atmosphere. You could still be separate then. So let me know what you think about that. Again, October 16th is the super new moon. And I think that will be a great time to just get together and learn about intention setting and planting some seeds, and then leaving with some tools to carry on creating your life the way you want it on your own terms, happy and free on purpose. So I'll keep an eye on the comments, but even if you're watching the replay, share your comments with me because I'm really gathering this information. I really want to know what your thoughts are about this. All right, so Lunar Cycles. I just happened to get an email on Sunday that said, tomorrow's the new moon. Read this before tomorrow. So I'm like, oh, this is very intriguing. It was a little short book that was describing the different phases of the moon and how they're likely to manifest. And, everything is energy. And so the fact that the tides respond to the moon, that there is an effect, in my opinion, on our bodies and on our brains, which are very, very watery organs, in conjunction with the moon. Now, I want to preface all of this by saying you don't need, in air quotes, real life quotes, capital letters, anything. You don't need an astrology chart. You don't need tarot cards or the I Ching or a book or a church or meditation or any of the tools that I teach you in order to have an amazing life. All you need to have an amazing life is to be lined up with who you really are, to be completely and totally connected with your source, with your inner being, tuned in, tapped in, turned on is the way Abraham-Hicks puts it. That I've never found a better way of saying that you are um, tuned into your own intuition, you're tuned into your own instincts, and you are purposefully choosing to look at the next moment of your life in ways that are joyful. You're looking for things to appreciate. You're feeling the abundance that is at your doorstep every moment. Now, all of the tools and tricks and things that I'm teaching you are ways to get to that place. And some of them will be very, and if you've been around for any time at all, is that I dabble around and play around in all of these different things because I think it's fun and I think it's interesting. And so my new fun, interesting thing is the cycles of the moon. So on Monday morning, I did my new moon ritual, which consisted of really getting intentional about what I want to create over the next 29 and a half days or so, which is how long the moon takes to go through all 4 phases. And just getting still. And I wrote all of this down on a little piece of paper and lit it on fire and did a very intense meditation with candles and incense and just being really intentional about setting aside a 3-day period to kind of be quiet, to plant seeds, to really get in touch with my vision and with what it is that I want from my life. And so that's what happens in the new moon phase. And so today is the Waxing Crescent moon. And this is the time to start getting your hands in the clay of creating the intentions that you set in the last 3 days. So this is the time for putting things on your calendar. This is why I'm asking you about the retreat. If this is a project that I really want to do. It's brave and it's bold and it's likely controversial. There are going to be people who are mad at me and saying that I'm, perpetuating the gathering and all of that stuff. But I'm taking that chance and having an expectation that more people are going to say, yeah, I think that it sounds amazing to get out where there's abundant oxygen and abundant trees and nature and negative ions and all of the awesome things that we'll experience at this retreat. So the Waxing Crescent, I want to put that on my calendar. I want to put the course that I want to launch in September on my calendar. A trip that I'm planning in late August is going on my calendar. And this is where you're just really getting to the action steps, the inspired action steps that go with the intentions that you set in the 3 days before. So there's supposed to be a watch party going on over on the Lauren Gabrielle Foster page, but I don't know if that's working or not. I apologize if we got people started and then the video didn't happen. But again, you can always go to behappyfirst.org/56 to see this video, listen to the audio, see the notes, see the transcript. Everything to do with this show will be on that page. All right, so the lunar cycle. So, and I don't know about the other ones. I'm just studying as they come up. So I'll keep you posted as the month goes by as to what the next phases of the moon are. So another cool thing that I did about this is I got with my local girl, Heather, at Black Cat Design, and I'm going to share the link to her Etsy shop because she's so cool and so amazing. And so I had her make um, jewelry with specific stones for each cycle of the moon. That's actually a work in progress. But today, this is rose quartz. And it's a beautiful little pink stone. And I'll wear this for 3 days. And I'm carrying around my little piece of rose quartz tumbled crystal. I painted my fingernails pink. They look red, but they're really pink. And this is just fun. This is a way of keeping me focused on the things that I want and keeping me in the high vibrational place of the life that I want to manifest from this point forward. So the lunar cycles are a lot of fun. If you want to study up about that and read some fun things, I'll share those in the link on the show page. All right, so the crystals that these, again, this Black Cat Craft Design, she's amazing. Um, all right. Oh, the magic water bottles. All right, so what I did was I got some sparkling mineral water that comes in a glass bottle. It's a German name. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but I peeled all those labels off and then I just posted little post-it notes and taped them down real well on the outside of that bottle. And I have two, one that says abundance and one that says energy and enthusiasm. Now, this is just a little ritual that, so every time I take a drink from that water, whatever it says, it's reminding me of what my intentions are. Now, there is science that says that water molecules are actually affected by the energy that's directed towards them. And there are just as many, maybe more, scientists that want to debunk that and say, oh, that's just a bunch of hooey. But either way, whether it's true or not that I have actually transformed the molecules in my water bottle, I'm transforming my own mind. I'm transforming my own intention. The same with the crystals. Does this crystal have magic because of its energetic makeup? Maybe it does. But my intention for certain in wearing it and keeping it as a reminder is most definitely magic of the most powerful kind. So in the morning, I drink from my abundance bottle. So, and I mean abundance in everything, abundance in health, abundance in freedom, in money, in opportunities, in ideas. And it's thrilling to think, oh, every time I nourish my body with this awesome magical water that I happen to have here in the mountain anyway, straight from my well, completely unfiltered, the way Mother Nature brought it to me, is also infusing my body with abundance. How fun is that? And then I have a tendency to kind of fade away in the afternoons. And so one of my intentions, one of my desires is to have lasting energy and to feel engaged and interested throughout my day. So in the afternoon, I use my energy and enthusiasm water bottle. And that makes me feel awesome and amazing and cool. So magical water bottles, rituals that you can do. All right, and so finally, numerology. And again, what started this whole conversation with getting an email about the moon from the numerology people. And again, I'll share all of these links, but um, everything has energy, including numbers. And I've never been a math person, so the actual science of, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you would know it as arithmancy. This is the magic of numerology. But it's interesting to me that if you start to see sequences of numbers that show up frequently all the time in your life, is that one way of the universe sending some sort of message to you? And maybe it is. And why wouldn't it be? So this morning I woke up, which didn't make me happy, at 2:26. I'm like, oh, 2 2. Repeating sequences of numbers are even more significant. So, oh, that's interesting. That's a repeating sequence of numbers. And so I went back to sleep, and then I woke up again at 6:22. So, 22 is showing up again. And then several other things happened. I wanted to look for something in a book, and it was on page 22. So I went to the numerology book and looked up what 22 meant, and it was all in line with the phases of the moon and what's on my mind right now. So, how much fun is that synchronicity? So, I'm not looking to numbers to tell me what to do. I'm not looking to the lunar cycle to tell me what to do. I'm just enjoying it, and at the same time seeing the synchronicity. So the numbers 2 are about getting your hands in the clay, about making plans, about taking inspired action. So, just further reinforcing that I'm on the right path, that this that feels so amazing to me, the activities that I'm doing are exactly the right course according to my spirit guides that are talking to me through numbers. So the universe can communicate to you in infinite ways, through emails, through billboards, through friends, through songs on the radio. Last week, my sister and I were on the phone, and she said, I thought of you today when I heard this song. And it turned out I was listening to the same song at about the same time. And I, I, I was in the car, and I never listen to music in the car. I listen to podcasts, and I listen to books, and I listen to YouTube things. But this day I happened to want to hear this particular song, and I told Siri to play it, and she did. And it turns out that my beloved sister was listening to the same song at, we don't know exactly the time, but it was around the same time. So, the universe has your back. Life is trying really hard to give you all the things that you want. We just need to do the work to get ourselves lined up and able to see the opportunities. Have you ever been looking for something that you just can't find it, and you're looking, finally you just relax, and there it is in a place that you looked 5 times? This is how the universe is working. When you're not working so hard, when you're just really lining up and expecting and anticipating the greatest outcome, then things seem to appear as if by magic. All right, cool. So that's our episode for today. We have David G is going to be on my show pretty soon, and I have an amazing author and fellow meditation teacher that I met from Finland that's going to be on with us next week, and all kinds of amazing things. So be sure to subscribe wherever you are, like, follow, comment, send me an email, get any of our freebies. You'll love our guided meditations at behappyfirst.org/meditate, or our 5 secret magical steps to happiness at behappyfirst.org/journal playbook. And anywhere that you click on the behappyfirst.org website and put in your name and email will get you in the loop and get you in the Insiders Club, where I share private things that I don't really share out here in the rest of the world. And we interact on a more intimate level through the email program. So I hope to see you in one of all of these places, and I'm so happy and appreciative that you took the time to hang out here with me today. So I'll see you next week. In the meantime, remember that happiness is a choice, and you can always choose to be happy first. I'll see you soon.